Good morning, students. We are studying the chapter Agriculture. In the last video, we have studied about the technological and institutional reforms that government has made to boost up the agriculture and to meet the requirements of the overgrowing population. So students, that question is very important, that is for 5 marks. They can ask you about the technological reforms only, and as well as they can ask you about the both. So students, today we are going to start Bhudan Gramdan. It's a very small topic, and after that, whatever is given in your chapter that is not in your syllabus. The topic contribution of agriculture to the national economy, employment, and output, from here to the last part that is not in your syllabus, that has been deleted from your syllabus by CBSE. Bhudan Gramdan. Bhudan means donating land. Mahatma Gandhi declared Vinoba Bhave as his spiritual hire. So, who is a spiritual hire? Spiritual hire is a person who is going to take up the responsibility of spiritual movements after the death of a person. So, Mahatma Gandhi declared that Vinoba Bhave will do his spiritual duties after his demise. He also participated in Satyagraha as one of the foremost Satyagrahis. So, in Satyagraha also Vinoba Bhave took part very enthusiastically. He was one of the votaries of Gandhi's concept of Gram Swaraj. After Gandhiji's martyrdom, Vinoba Bhave undertook Padyatra to spread Gandhiji's message, covered almost the entire country. When Mahatma Gandhi was murdered, after that Vinoba Bhave, he took up the Padyatra like Gandhiji used to do. On foot, he walked through the country. Once, when he was delivering a lecture at at Pochampalli in Andhra Pradesh, some poor landless villagers demanded some land for their economic well being. So, one incident happened with him. He was lecturing, he was telling people about Gandhiji's thinkings, his thoughts. At that time, poor people, poor landless people, villagers, they demanded some land so that they can also be economically well. Vinoba Bhave could not promise it to them immediately but assured them to talk to the government of India regarding provision of land for them if they undertook cooperative farming. Cooperative farming, we have discussed it earlier also. Okay, when we have studied about collectivization and consolidation, then cooperation was also there. So Vinoba Bhave did not promise anything to them, but he assured them that I am going to talk about it to the government, that what can be done in this matter. Suddenly Sri Ramchandra Reddy stood up and offered 80 acres of land to distribute it among 80 landless villagers. But at that time, what happened? A person, Sri Ramchandra Reddy, he got up and he offered his 80 acres of land to be distributed among 80 landless villagers. This act was known as Bhudan. So this act came to be known as Bhudan, अपनी ज़मीन को दान देना, donate करना. Later, he traveled and introduced his ideas widely all over India. Afterwards, he traveled through the country and he introduced his idea to others also. Some zamindars, owners of many villages, offered to distribute some villages among the landless. It was known as Gramdan. Even some zamindars, who were the owners of various villages, they offered to donate their villages. That is known as Gramdan. However, many landowners choose to provide some part of their land to the poor farmers due to the fear of land sealing act. This Bhudan Gramdan movement initiated by Vinoba Bhave is also known as the bloodless revolution. So many zamindars, many big land owners, what they did, उनको पता था कि लैंड सीलिंग एक्ट तो है ही है, उनकी ज़मीन जब्त हो जाएगी, इससे अच्छा उसको दान ही दे दो. ठीक है. Then this movement that was started by Vinoba Bhave It was known as bloodless revolution. So it brought a revolution in our society, but without shedding any blood. So students, from here up to here only we will study the chapter, because that is the portion in your syllabus. Other things are not in your syllabus from the chapter. Now let us take up the exercise. So students, we will take a multiple choice questions. Which one of the following describes a system of agriculture where a single crop is grown on a large area? So the answer is plantation agriculture. Question number 2. Which one of the following is a rabi crop? So the answer is gram. Which one of the following is a leguminous crop? Pulses. Which one of the following is announced by the government in support of a crop? That is minimum support price. So next, question number 2. Name one important beverage crop and specify the geographical conditions required for its growth. So important beverage crop is tea. So students, I am going to tell you the conditions, geographical conditions that are required for the growth of tea. The tea plant grows in tropical and subtropical climates with deep, fertile and well drained soil. Point number 1. Then the soil should be rich in humus and organic matter. Tea bushes require warm and moist frost free climate all round the year. Frequent showers, evenly distributed over the year, help in the growth of tender leaves. Now students, question number 2. Name one staple crop of India and the regions where it is produced. So, one staple crop is rice. Rice is a staple food crop of India consumed by the majority of people. It is grown in the plains of north and northeastern India, coastal regions and deltaic regions. The main rice producing states are Uttar Pradesh, Bengal and Andhra Pradesh. Canal irrigation and tube wells have made it possible to grow rice in areas of less rainfall like Punjab, Haryana and parts of Rajasthan also. Now students, question number 3. Enlist the various institutional reform programs introduced by the government in the interests of farmers. So number 1, establishment of Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICAR, agricultural universities, veterinary services and animal breeding centers, horticulture development, research and development in the field of meteorology and weather forecast, etc. Improvement of the rural infrastructure, the launch of Kisan Credit Card, Personal Accident Insurance Scheme, etc. Extra from the book also I have told you, but you can write all the points from your book also. They are also very impressive. The land under cultivation has got reduced day by day. Can you imagine its consequences? This is question number 4. So the answer is, farmers will use more chemical fertilizers and try to grow two or three crops in year to get maximum yield. This will degrade the quality of land. तो रिड्यूस होने से ये होगा पहला पॉइंट तो ठीक है. Farmers would grow more food crops and non-food crops will take a back seat. It will adversely affect the agro-based industries. क्योंकि हमें non-food crops भी important हैं, चाहिए. Many farmers may migrate to the cities to seek jobs in order to supplement their incomes. So, अब जब land holdings छोटी हो जाएंगी तो यही होगा फिर. Food security of the country will be affected. So students, suggest the initiative taken by the government to ensure the increase in agricultural production. So in order to answer this question, you are supposed to describe institutional as well as technological reforms. Both are there. ठीक है, दोनों ही यहाँ पे बिल्कुल अच्छे से आएंगे. Then students, ये next question that is not in your syllabus because this portion is not in your syllabus. Last question. Describe the geographical conditions required for the growth of rice. Rice is a kharif crop. It requires the following conditions for its growth. The following conditions are: it requires a temperature above 25 degrees Celsius and high humidity. It needs annual rainfall above 100 centimeter. In areas of less rainfall, it grows with the help of irrigation. स्टूडेंट्स ये इस तरह के क्वेश्चन या तो 1 मार्क में आएंगे, आपको मैंने टेबल वाला एग्जांपल दिया था कि कैसे आएंगे, या फिर 3 मार्क में आएंगे. और वो जो क्वेश्चन मैंने एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन में चलो मैं आपको लिखवा दूंगी इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, योर चैप्टर इज completed. NCERT exercise is also completed. Extra question we will write in the next video. So till then, thank you students. Have a nice day. Revise your chapter thoroughly.